I'm back with another album review. Today's review is on Early Tracks by Ministry. This is a compilation album consisting of music that the band recorded between 81 and 84, when they were still relatively new. The album was produced by Al Jorgensen, and he's the only musician who performs on every track. The album was released on October 12th, 2004 on Rykodisc. Of course, these tracks were recorded back when the band was mostly new wave and synth pop, with some traces of industrial music. So don't expect it to sound like the Ministry that you remember, because the songs were recorded years before they shifted gears to industrial metal, which is what they're best known for. Now let's talk about the songs. The first track is Every Day is Halloween, which was initially released as a single in '84 on Wax Trax, but was never released on any of the band's studio albums. It has become sort of a cult favorite among Ministry fans, given the fact that the track itself is about class inequality. The band eventually re-recorded this song for The Squirrely Years Revisited. The next track is Halloween Remix. Obviously, this is a remix version of the previous track. After that is All Day. This was a B-side on the Every Day is Halloween single. This track and the next one feature Stephen George on percussion and Brad Helen on bass. It also features additional vocals from Patty Jorgensen, who performs on each following track until number 6. That's followed by All Day Remix. Obviously, this is a remix version of All Day. Now, we followed up with Nature of Love. Richard 23 provided additional vocals and was also on the next track. Next up is Nature of Love, Cruelty Mix. And here's another remix. Up next is Nature of Love Outtakes. Obviously, this is a collection of outtakes. Right after that is He's Angry. This track wasn't released until this album. The following track is Move, Original Mix. Here's another track that was previously unreleased. The track after that is I'm Falling. This track has Al on guitar, Marty Sorensen on bass, Stephen George on drums, and John Davis and Paul Taylor on keyboards. The second to last track is I'm Falling Alternative Mix. The same lineup from the previous track formed on this one. The final track is Overkill. This track has almost the same lineup as the last two, minus Paul Taylor. I also need to clarify this is not a cover of the song by Motorhead. When researching this album, the only information I could find regarding how it performed commercially is that 7,555 copies were sold in the US, according to pissarmy.com. When it comes to the critics, there were mixed reviews. AllMusic and the Austin Chronicle thought it was mediocre, and Pop Matters didn't even give it a rating. So it's fair for me to give their reviews 0 stars. Now for my thoughts. I think this is a good album. Obviously, compilation albums don't perform as well as studio albums. If you ever decide to listen to this album for yourself, don't expect it to sound like the Ministry that you're familiar with, unless you listen to their first 2 albums before this. Overall, I recommend checking out this album. And now it's part where I question you. Have you listened to Early Tracks? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Did you ever listen to Ministry's first 2 albums, even before listening to this? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify you of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.